Welcome back to the Goodwill Mac series. I got another box, and this one's actually way lighter than the others. Makes me wonder why this is the only one that has the fragile sticker on it. Here's our bubble wrap. It's way more taped up than the others too for some reason. Where am I even supposed to start? There it is. It is actually so tiny. This thing is like, I can almost hold this thing with my entire hand. This is the 2015 11-inch MacBook Air. And I did get this off of Goodwill for about $120. This was, I think, the last 11-inch MacBook Air that they ever did. Actually, let me go get the 13-inch MacBook Air from the last Goodwill MacBook video to compare it to. Alright, I got the 13-inch MacBook Air, one of the first generation one, whatever, still waiting for its follow-up video. And yeah, there's the size comparison. This thing is just so tiny. That's why I wanted it so much. It actually looks a little larger on camera. I don't really know why, maybe because the camera's more focused on it. But in real life, this thing is so tiny. It's also actually my first MagSafe 2 MacBook. I don't know why, I just never owned a MagSafe 2 MacBook before. I've wanted a 2015 MacBook Pro, but I can never find one at a good price. But somewhat conveniently, in a different Goodwill auction, before the first video on this channel, I got a MagSafe 2 cable. It's incredibly yellowed, very dirty. I did try to clean it off before, it just will not. But that does mean that we can actually use this MacBook. So let's see, does it turn orange? There we go, battery's in there and it's probably working because it's not actually that old of a machine. Alright, I've been letting this charge for a little while because I had to make a USB installer. This did already come with its, Monterey, it already came with that, but I want a dual boot because I'm a dual boot guy, I like dual booting. So we have Mojave on this one for 32-bit app support, and then after this we're also going to put in Monterey. So let's open it up, see what we got. It's not opening. There we go. Wow, yeah, okay. It can even fit in the full camera, well, besides the trackpad, but that's just a trackpad. Speaking of which, the trackpad is also extremely small. Anyways, we got our USB, let's boot from that. Alright, power on with our really thin function keys, and hold option. Alright, speakers are pretty loud. There we go. Install Mojave. I just noticed the light on the MagSafe charger is green. Did it already fully charge? It's a little concerning that there's just no Apple logo at all. I don't know where it went. Oh, there's our Apple logo. And here's our installer. Okay. It's actually, somehow I can, do a full circle with the trackpad without running out of space. Alright, there we are. A little bit of graphical glitching. Let's see if this thing holds a charge. It says the battery is at 100%. Let's just unplug this. Yep, holds a charge. Alright, disk utility. Trackpad takes a little bit of force. Alright, show all devices. And we'll partition this. Actually, first I might just erase it. Alright, we've got our SSD. Let's partition this into 2 partitions. We do only have what looks like a 128 gigabyte SSD, which is probably be alright. Alright, partition this into 2. Okay, there we go. Let's install. Okay, we are installing. I will see you when this is finished. Alright, I think we might be loading back in, or there's going to be another installation. Alright, here we are, I think. Got a wonderful gray screen. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there is just this little ring around the camera. Just a little stain. I think that might have been from the previous owner putting on one of those things that lets you, cover up the camera. Alright, here we are. We're back. I fixed up the dock and the whole desktop, but we don't really have the time to mess around on this right now because we're also going to install Monterey. So let's reboot into that. Install Monterey. Install Monterey. Okay, it's installing. I will see you when that's done. Alright, here we are. Alright, cool. Everything's all good now. Turn the brightness all the way up. I think this is probably going to be incredibly laggy. Alright, let's clean up the desktop a little bit. Alright, I've cleaned up the desktop quite a bit. I've installed a few applications even. We got Steam, we got Discord, Firefox. Let's take a look at these specs real quick too. Alright, early 2015 11-inch. We got 4 gigs of DDR3. Actually, this isn't really that good. 1.6 gigahertz dual core i5 in 2015. And of course we have integrated graphics. Our display is 1366 by 768. Such an odd resolution, but I guess it has to, you know, fit the whole bezel thing going on here. Our storage, 121 gigs of flash storage. Alright, well, let's actually open this thing up real quick. I don't think it's that hard. See how dusty it is. Alright, we do actually have some Penelope screws on here, the 5-point screws instead of regular Phillips. Alright, I've got my P5 Penelope screwdriver here. Let's get unscrewing. Alright, let's see. I think you should just be able to pull up. Yeah, the whole bottom shell comes off. There it goes. And here are internals. There's our storage, it's just right there, available. I think this might be the blade storage. If this is the right era. We got some hair, some other random things in here. I think that's our Wi-Fi card. So yeah, even the internals are also just really tiny. I think you can probably swap the storage out, but I'm pretty sure it's proprietary, so it would probably cost a lot more than just a regular SSD. The battery looks like it's doing alright. It's not really inflated at all. So yeah, everything is surprisingly good in here. The previous owner took care of this. Look, the fan barely even dusty. I don't see any dust on here at all, besides the occasional, like, hair, but that's not dust. So yeah, I guess we can put this back together since there's no issues with it. We don't really need to clean it. Alright, well, as there seems to be nothing wrong, I guess we can just, you know, get to what we were doing next. That started up really quick, okay. Like that was surprisingly quick to get up into the login screen. I mean, this is the rest of the loading, but that was like, I was gonna just sit there for a while and wait for it to do its thing, but I guess we're already here. Yeah, there we are. We're right in the desktop in like less than a minute. I am very surprised by this thing with only 4 gigs of RAM. Oh yeah, we got Steam. Just waiting for us to play some games. Speaking of which, okay, I've been trying for a while to get some games to work and they are not working. It is insane that I couldn't get a single game to work. Not even Terraria, not even Balatro, incredibly simple games like that wouldn't launch. Well, I guess we can also just try a older version of Steam. You know, on the old other disc here. Okay, the only game that seems to have actually launched is Minecraft. Oh yeah, we're in. How many frames we got? Oh, we have a surprisingly competent amount of frames. The fans have kind of ramped up quite a lot, which I'm surprised there are any. Well, I shouldn't really be surprised, I saw one before. Yeah, no, this thing is heated up a lot. It almost hurts to touch. Well, I mean, okay, that's not the button. There we go. Alright, we got our display, integrated graphics, our incredible, I thought we had 2 cores. This says 4. Okay, whatever. Yeah, no, we're running a good 30 FPS here, and also the F3 menu is taking up most of the screen, and if I miss one of these keys on the keyboard, I hit bare, really hot metal. it hurts a little bit. But yeah, I think that's the best we're gonna get. Okay, somehow Balatro now works. So yeah, I can actually play that. So yeah, we got that. And yeah, Balatro's on here. I guess it just took a restart or something. Now I guess we can try Terraria. And of course Terraria works too. Of course Terraria works just fine. Alright, well now that we know that this thing can actually game, I guess that's the real end of the video. So yeah, I'll see you in the next very cool Mac video.